Apple says HomeKit devices are coming next month. Touch ID might replace home button clicks, and Amazon wants you to buy stuff using your voice. It's Thursday, May 14th, and this is Crunch Report. Well, Apple is denying a report started in Fortune that claimed that HomeKit, which is Apple's new software platform that allows Apple devices to control connected home appliances, or will anyway, Fortune claimed that Apple was having problems that the first HomeKit devices could be delayed until the fall. In fact, Apple says the first HomeKit-enabled smart home devices are coming out next month. Apple didn't actually ever say when devices were coming to market, so nothing has exactly changed. But at least developers now can expect to work with the platform sooner than later. The company first showed off HomeKit at the Worldwide Developers Conference last June, with the idea being an iPhone or an iPad could turn into a command system of sorts for a thermostat or a garage door or a lock. It's launching next month, so if that's true, we'll probably get more details about HomeKit at WWDC, which is also happening next month. It starts on June 8th, along with new hardware that supports it, possibly even the Apple TV. Girl can dream. Touch ID, which is the fingerprint sensor on Apple's iPhone and iPad, may start showing up in new places. A new patent application published by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office today describes a way to detect movement of a recognized fingerprint on a sensor and then navigate between different parts of a user interface in response to that movement. So for example, you pull up a document. You might be able to scroll up or down on that document by shifting your thumb on an iPhone's home button rather than actually touching the display. No more smudges on screens, maybe. That'd be nice. The patent application also describes locking the display orientation of a device if it detects movement, changes of fingerprint movement, and navigating between multitasking applications. Now, I like that idea because I would not miss double and triple clicking. Let's do this, Apple. Just a patent application for now. Speaking of mobile devices, the calendar app Sunrise, I happen to use it as my default, it's pretty popular, just launched a new feature called Meet for iOS and Android, which adds a third-party keyboard to let you pick time slots and send them to somebody while you're in another app. So, for example, in the middle of an email, or a Slack conversation, or anywhere that you have access to your keyboard, basically. Now, this might feel a little clunky to anybody who has a lot of third-party keyboards already. I have 6. The Sunrise team says they considered other options to get something scheduled before going the keyboard route, like adding a chatting feature in Sunrise, but abandoned the idea after deciding that users weren't going to switch from what they already were doing in Gmail or WhatsApp or iMessage. So this is how it works. Someone emails you and wants to grab coffee. In your response, you just switch to the Sunrise keyboard, you pick a time slot in your calendar, you hit done, and then Sunrise adds that link to your email response, or whatever app you happen to be chatting in. It's very cool. And it's also the first big update to Sunrise since they were acquired by Microsoft, which was a $100 million deal, according to TechCrunch sources. It's been a year since Europe's top court ruled that search engines need to process private individuals' requests to have inaccurate or outdated or even irrelevant data delisted from search results under the term right to be forgotten. Google has since processed around 250,000 individual requests and says it grants delisting to individual requesters about 40% of the time. Because of that kind of vague number, a group of 80 internet scholars and legal academics have called on Google to be more transparent about how it's deciding whether a right to be forgotten request is legitimate or isn't worth acting on. Google is by far the dominant search engine in Europe. It has about a 90% share in that market. So the group says the company needs to share more of its data so that the balance between pro-speech and pro-privacy positions is more clear. A Google spokesperson tells TechCrunch in a statement that we will consider these ideas, weighing them against the various constraints within we have to work operationally and from a data protection standpoint. Amazon's Echo speaker, which is designed to be a voice-controlled assistant of sorts, has a new feature for US-based Prime members and Prime-eligible goods, an ability to buy more things on Amazon by requesting them with your voice. Yeah, you just use your wake word and that engages the Echo, and then you tell it to reorder whatever item you want. A new saucepan or diapers, whatever. It's actually mostly for stuff that you're already getting over and over again anyway. It's not designed to be a shopping alternative, at least not yet. If Echo can't find what you're asking for, though, in your order history, it will give you an Amazon's Choice alternative for that particular item and pricing, so you can choose something similar. just tell Amazon what to bill you for. And that is the report for today. I'm Sarah Lane. Thanks for watching. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. I'll see you tomorrow.